On the 10th of May 2006, a very young, a very vibrant, a very brilliant, and a very promising young girl turned 21. She had just finished her ordinary national diploma in mass communication from one of the prestigious polytechnics in Nigeria. This promising young girl had a very bright future in electronic media. She was already working with the school's radio station even before she finished her diploma. So she felt she had it all figured out. I mean, she had just graduated phase 1, already secured a part-time dream job as a radio presenter. So what more could she ask for than to start dating? She met a guy. She fell in love with this guy. And she thought she had it all figured out. She thought she had the world at her feet. First love can do that to you, by the way. After dating for a while, one thing led to the other, and she got pregnant. This was a time she was supposed to be preparing to go for her higher national diploma while still working part-time at the school's radio station. Instead, she was preparing to become a mother. Her life had just taken an unexpected turn. That young girl that I have been talking about is me. Now, I come from this typical African home with very strict, very religious, and very disciplined parents. I was slightly naive, and abortion was the least of the things on my mind. Because the naive me thought I was going to die if I had an abortion. So my options were limited. Keep the baby was probably the only option I had. I remember being very scared when I found out I was pregnant. I mean, the different things that crosses your mind. What is it going to be like? What is going to become of my life? What is going to happen? I remember running away from home because I thought my parents were going to kill me. I remember being so worried of what would happen next or what would go wrong with me. Eventually, I told my parents I was pregnant. I didn't have a choice. My mom was at least happy that I didn't think of having an abortion. But they were very disappointed and upset. This is me, a young, promising girl. I had a very bright future. They had really high hopes. I was supposed to go back for my higher national diploma, work part-time at the radio station, get a better job, finish school, get married, have kids. The typical wish of every Nigerian parent for their child. But here was I, the prodigal child, bringing shame and disgrace to the family. And to worsen the case, the child's father was going to be good as non-existent. So imagine the worry of being a single mom and nursing my child alone. I remember one of my uncles calling me, asking me, "Oh, I heard you're pregnant. Are you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And his reply was, "You had prospects. Now you would never be able to finish school. You'll be a single mom. You just wasted your life. You're finished." I remember family and friends saying so much, but I was determined. I was going to have the baby anyway. There was really nothing I could do. And then the what ifs kicked in. What if I truly never make it? What if my child grows up to resent me? What if my child doesn't have a perfect future like I would want him to have, him or her to have? What if I fail in life? What if everything just goes downhill for me? What if I never make it? Then the depression kicked in. I got through it. But my life went from being great, being absolutely promising, to hitting rock bottom. You see, one thing I learned in that phase is in life, you will experience failure. You will experience setbacks. You will experience frustration. You will experience pain and anger, but you cannot give up. You cannot quit. Life is life for all of us. We all go through tough times. We all go through difficult phases. Some may be more than the other, but we all go through life. Do we then give up? Do we then quit? After I had my baby, I still could not go back to school because I felt it was late already. I mean, to nurse the child, the fear, the worry, the things people were saying to me. And if you let people project their fears on you, you will just find yourself in one spot, not moving. If you let people tell you there's something that you cannot do, or let your circumstances limit you towards achieving your goals, oh my. If you choose to believe people's words rather than believe God's plan for you, you will find yourself in that spot. So maybe just like me, your life took an unexpected turn that made you give up chasing your dreams, or made you remain in one spot for a very long time. This is a wake-up call for you. It is never too late. Do not let the fear of unknown hold you back from chasing your dreams. And that is why today I want to share with you the lessons I learned when my life took an unexpected turn. I want to encourage you that when your life takes unexpected turns, keep going. Do not give up. You cannot afford to give up. It is not an option. Now, one of the things I learned is that life may or will not always go as planned. I came to the realization that this journey called life is not and will not always be an easy one, but you cannot give up. After my son turned 4, I remember, and he was able to start early school, I remember going to search for a job with my diploma. And I got a job and started working at a radio station. I was earning enough to survive and take care of myself and my son, but I knew that I wanted more from life. I was not born to be ordinary. I had a great start, had setbacks, and refused to pick myself up. So I got a job and was earning enough just to survive. I was earning the 9 to 5, but I knew that there was a greatness inside of me that needed to manifest. I knew that I wanted more from life. So one of those days when I would reflect and reevaluate my life, I thought to myself, girl, you had a very great start. How did things go downhill for you? And you allowed yourself remain stuck in that rock bottom. So I made up my mind I was going to go back to school. I remember my uncle saying something in the lines of, you ruined your life. You blew your chances the minute you decided to go get pregnant instead of facing your education. So deal with it. So in that moment, I made up my mind I was going to go back to school. I didn't care what it was going to take. I was going to do it for me and for my son. You see, you have to find something within that motivates you. You have to find something that gives you that zeal to want to do more, to want to do better for yourself. And for me, it was my son. I didn't want my son to grow up and see that he has a mother who gave up her dreams because she had a child and she has limitations. I didn't even want my son to feel guilty for being the reason that I had setbacks, because he's not the reason. It was a choice that I made. So I had to live and fulfill purpose for my son. And you see, in that moment when you decide to pick yourself up and chase your dreams, the the what ifs will kick in, the self-doubts will kick in again. Because I decided to wear my big girl pants and then make something out of my life. But my mindset at that time had already changed. So when the self-doubts came, I started telling myself that, what if I make it? I am an amazing mom. And I know that. So what if I make it? What if things work out in my favor? What if my past got me here but does not have a say in my future? What if I succeed? I started with the positive affirmations for myself, and it worked in my favor because here I am today now, chasing my dreams. I remember when I told my family and friends I was going back to school, they were all telling me, oh, is it not too late? You're 32 already. What's left? And I'm like, it is never too late for me to chase my dreams. If you're lucky enough to start early, good for you. I am very happy for you. Do not stop. But if, like me, you had life throw stumbling blocks in your way, it is never too late to chase your dreams. You're not too old. You're not too young to find the strength to pick up the pieces of your life and want to do better. Now, let me share another thing I learned while I was trying to rewrite my story. It is that in life you will experience setbacks, so get comfortable with being uncomfortable. When I applied to Douglas College, I was told I had left school for more than 10 years, so I needed to do English assessment. So I wrote the assessment test and was told I would need an upgrade, just one more class upgrade in English. And it felt like a setback for me because I was applying for social works or child and youth care, which meant that these courses, by the way, are only offered in fall. So if I had to take the upgrade class September to December, it means I would have to wait till the following year, September, December, to get into school. Another setback. But I thought about it. I waited 11 years to go back to school. 9 months is nothing. So I enrolled for the English upgrade. And luckily for me, you need 30 credits to be able to get into social works at Douglas College. So after I did my upgrade between September to December, January to April, I enrolled for general studies, got 15 credits. I had 4 A's, and 1 B in the 5 courses that I took. And this semester, May to August, I enrolled again and doing 5 different courses, and I'm almost convinced that it's all A and B in this semester as well. Even though I would have loved to have all A's, but sometimes I know it can be very tough. It is not easy. Some people have told me, oh, you're rushing yourself. And I'm like, yes, I know I'm rushing myself, but I am determined to do this thing and nothing is going to stop me. Nothing. You see, it might not be easy, but trust me, you're closer than you think. You will get there. Another lesson I learned is in this phase of understanding that life will always come at you in ways that you never expect. I learned that there would always be gains in your pain. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. No matter what life throws at you, you can overcome it. Pick up your pieces, because you must go through certain things to get to where you want to be. It's a journey, it's a phase. Your greatest challenges will lead to your greatest accomplishments. Keep going, keep showing up. If no one is investing in you, invest in yourself. Even if the results do not manifest right away, keep showing up. Because the results won't come if you quit. I get tired. I get frustrated. I get angry. But I keep showing up. If you quit, you will never get there. You will forever live in regret. People do not make it when they stop trying. You have tried everything, but have you tried not quitting? Have you tried picking up yourself and putting back the pieces of your life together? I wish I could actually say that it will be easy. I wish I could tell you that you will have it very easy and everything will come to you even when you do not fight for it. I wish I could tell you that you would not experience setbacks. I wish I could say to you that some experiences would not change your entire life, because it changed mine. I wish I could guarantee that you wouldn't go through a storm. I wish I could. I wish I could say that you wouldn't fail in life. I learned that we are all going through something. We are all either going through a storm, in a storm, getting out of a storm, or just going into a storm. It is life. Life would always throw stumbling blocks in your way. Whatever phase you find yourself, please do not give up. It is never too late to fight for what you want. You will have days when the zeal to go on won't be there, but you cannot give up. My parents would always tell me of how proud of me they am right now, but I know the struggles that it took for me to find my feet and get here. I'm not there yet, but I know that I will get there because I am determined to get there. My past is not going to be a stumbling block in my future. I refuse to give up. My mom would always say, when things get really rough and tough for you, best believe your breakthrough is just around the corner. So finally, I just want to say to you who is actually listening to me, life will always take unexpected turns, but it is a phase and it will surely pass. So here I am encouraging you that when failure knocks, keep going. When adversity knocks, keep going. When the setbacks knock, keep going. Do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on yourself, and do not give up on God. And I want to remind you, it doesn't matter what kind of life you've led up to this point. It is never too late to rewrite the ending of your story.